The Milwaukee Bucks are facing a crossroads as NBA free agency gets underway, and the pressure is mounting. With the uncertainty surrounding the health of Damian Lillard after his Achilles tear and whispers about the future of Giannis Antetokounmpo, questions about the team's ability to properly support their superstar are beginning to rise. Giannis, the two-time MVP and one of the most dominant players in the game, has been the face of the Bucks for years. But despite his otherworldly talent, there's growing doubt about whether Milwaukee can build a team capable of contending for championships, especially in the Eastern Conference. Recently, ESPN's Brian Windhorst raised concerns about the Bucks' ability to remain relevant at the top of the East on his show Get Up, and the rest of the league doesn't seem convinced either. Can the Bucks, between keeping their players and potentially trying to find a stopgap point guard, can they present Giannis with a team that can be a contender in the Eastern Conference? The league doesn't think so, Windhorst stated. This is a chilling reality for Bucks fans, and it's not just speculation. As we've seen, rival teams are starting to position themselves for the future in case the Bucks fall short of expectations. Windhorst went on to explain how teams like New York, Miami, and San Antonio, which had previously been linked to potential trades for Kevin Durant, are now pulling back. These teams, it seems, are no longer worried about Milwaukee as a serious threat in the East, with some even questioning whether Giannis will remain in Milwaukee long term. But why is this happening? In a nutshell, the Bucks' roster is currently built around Giannis, but that might not be enough. While the Greek Freak is undoubtedly one of the best players in the world, even his immense talent can only carry a team so far. The reality is, last season the Bucks didn't have the necessary supporting pieces to go deep in the playoffs. They've had issues with their secondary scoring options, inconsistent play from key role players, and a lack of a reliable backup point guard to run the offense when Giannis isn't on the floor. The rest of the league is beginning to take notice of this flaw. Some have even speculated that the Bucks are one bad season away from entering a new era of rebuilding, especially with Giannis set to have a player option for the 2027-2028 season. A potential trade involving Giannis would shake the NBA to its core, and while it's hard to imagine the Bucks ever pulling the trigger on such a move, the reality is that if they can't surround him with the right pieces soon, they may find themselves in a situation where they have no choice. The most telling sign of Milwaukee's precarious position came on draft night. The Bucks traded their 2026 first-round pick, a valuable asset, with the belief that they would need to bolster their roster to remain competitive in the coming seasons. The fact that other teams are sniffing around this trade, perhaps to make moves that will be useful for the future, signals just how much doubt there is around the Bucks' ability to remain at the top. But what does all of this mean for Giannis? Giannis has made it clear in the past that he's committed to the city of Milwaukee and wants to bring a championship back to the Bucks. However, his loyalty could start to wane if he feels the team isn't doing enough to compete for titles. He's 30 years old and his championship window is closing fast. The Bucks need to give him the right pieces to win now, or they could risk losing him in the near future. It's a terrifying thought for Milwaukee fans who have become accustomed to Giannis being their franchise cornerstone. It's clear that the Bucks' front office is in a delicate balancing act. They've got the superstar in Giannis, but without the right supporting cast, they may not be able to go deep in the playoffs. As we look ahead to free agency, the Bucks will have to make crucial decisions that could shape the direction of their franchise. They need a reliable point guard, additional shooters, and more depth across the roster to stay competitive. If they can't get those pieces in place, the future could look uncertain. So, what's next for the Bucks? Free agency will tell us a lot about how seriously Milwaukee has taken the challenge of building around Giannis. If the roster doesn't show substantial improvement, changes could be on the horizon, and those changes could come in the form of trades, signings, or even a full rebuild. The Bucks have a tough decision ahead of them. Will they surround Giannis with the right players to give him one more shot at a title, or will they face the possibility of watching their star player leave? The situation in Milwaukee is one to watch closely this offseason. As the pressure mounts, one thing is clear: Giannis deserves more than just a team built around him. He deserves a team that can contend, and if the Bucks can't provide that, the future of the franchise might look much different. As always, what do you think? Are the Bucks in trouble, or will they make the necessary moves to remain contenders? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're enjoying this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with fellow basketball fans. Let's keep the conversation going.